Mike here, Dezaras Prime, and back for another Titans Return review. And today we are discussing the elephant in the room known as Galvatron. Looks alright from here, doesn't he? Yeah. Let's get a bit closer though. See that? The head. It's not great. And look at that, you can see my face through his face. See? That's my nose behind his battle mask. Try to think how best to do this review. It's okay. From the neck down, it's great. I really like it from the neck down. It's just neck up. That's where the issue lies. He has the cannon mode. He turns into the fucking plasma cannon or whatever he turns into. And he has an added jet mode. Both are fine. His robot mode below the head is fine. It's just they drop the ball when it comes to the top, to the head component. Oh, fucking hell, hard head. Let's put you there for now. I'm going to reorganise again later, aren't I? I mean, I get the whole face thing, having the face come through the head, through the mask. Because, Galvatron had a grey face, but he had the purple all the way around. And I don't know if Takara did any better. I think a third party did a better one for this. But it just, and it isn't even a good Galvatron face. Try and get that to focus. It might be because the shadow from the mask. Let's put the mask away a sec. Because most of the Voyagers have that thing, those things that come up the side, like Sentinel Prime had. But Galvatron, his pop-up feature is the battle mask. It's just, I don't know. I mean, he's snarling and sneering and everything, and it looks fine like that. It's a very nice, it evokes Megatron. It's kind of like got that hybrid G1 and movie Megatron look about it, or Prime Megatron, with the sharp ridges and the angry face and stuff like that. But it's just when you flip the mask up. I can remember how you do that. It just doesn't look good. He looks pouty. He looks like he's fucking taking a picture and he's going to add Snapchat filters afterwards. It just doesn't look good. It's a shame because below the neck it's all good. It's very evocative of Galvatron. I mean, the cannon's on the front, not the side, but what you're going to do. Very kibble on the shoulders, as like the shoulder parts. They look okay. They look decent enough. It adds an extra dimension to them. There's some nice detail in there. He's got that rounded fucking Galvatron look that G1 had back in '86 when they decided like they're going to look less boxy. Let's make him look a bit rounder. Yeah, he's rocking that. He's got like his 4-pack thing going on there, and some nice sculpting all around that, and even in there as well. Silver paint around it. That Decepticon symbol pops like a motherfucker. And if you look on the sides, yeah, it's it looks, there's some nice detail. And on the arms, And even the detail I've put into these bits here, the parts that connect the forearms and the upper arms, that's got some nice detail in it as well. Like those little triangular ridges that go down. And the wrists. Then we go around the side. You've got the massive treads there. But that isn't the biggest issue with this thing. Cannon looks nice. All big and bulbous and orange. Let's take that off a sec though and give you a better look at that. That's a fucking Galvatron cannon. Nice bit dull grey at the back, but with a bit of red to highlight it. Or is it orange? I think it's red. And then the silver paint. And then there's that little purple tab there, which we'll come to later. I think that's his landing gear for jet mode, actually. But yeah, it's a nice cannon. Even the detailing on there is nice. There's stuff to like about this figure. That's why I'm not going off on one of those uncensored rants like I did about Dezaras. Or even Vortex and Alpha Bravo. There's stuff to like about this. It's just a shame that it's fucking the head. The head really lets it down. Jet kibble on the back. It's a triple changer. Fair enough. I mean, I don't think the jet mode's necessary. But we're looking at forearms again. The leg detail. I mean, fucking hell. The legs, the waist. It's really nice. It's got a splash of that fucking RID Megatron thrown in there as well, in my opinion. You've got the purple waist with a nice gunmetal detailing on the crotch. It's like his bush. Not his stand bush, but yeah, you know what I mean. Grey plastic for the thighs, but he's got like those extended thigh pads that come out above his knee pads, and then there's a nice gunmetal, and then the red in there that trickles down, and then the feet, they're almost like fucking a shuttle cockpit in and of themselves. There's a lot to like about this. And if it wasn't for the fucking head, it would probably rank up there as one of my favourite Titans Return figures. But it's that head. The head alone isn't that bad. It's got a good Megatron vibe to it. It's just when you put the mask over it, it just looks bad, and the facial expression almost changes entirely from one of like mean, I'm gonna kill you, I hate you and your mum, to you're mean, I hate you and your mum. It's just like as I keep harping on about this, fucking neck down's great. I love neck down. That sounds weird. But yeah, the head really, and if Takara did fix it, or if there's a third party, I don't know. I'm iffy about third parties. I mentioned in my Sentinel Prime review. I don't go for it that often, but I feel like Galvatron needs something just to bring out his full potential, because there is a lot of potential. It's just ruined by the head. It's like what Jim Ross said about Shelton Benjamin. He's got a lot of potential, but potential don't always buy the groceries. Let's get a closer look at his head, which is called Nucleon, by the way. Decent little name. Let's see if I can get it in focus there. There we go. See, he's got that Megatron sneer. And yeah, they painted the eyebrows black. That would have really popped Megatron. It's a decent little Titan Master, Nucleon is. The head sculpt is nice. Like I said, it evokes multiple eras of Megatron. G1, Move is a little bit Prime. It's a good head sculpt. It's just, I feel like The body should have been purple on Nucleon and just left the headpiece, the Galvatron face, grey, and then done the rest of it purple. That would have made it blend more seamlessly. Or seamlessly even, because there's no seamlessness to this. Let's have a look at his body if we can. His proper Nucleon form. Yeah, see, he's even got red eyes. Detail isn't as good as some of the other Titan Master figures. Like Chasm had those nice ridges down his shins. This one's kind of plain, but yeah, I'm pretty sure, it's been a while since I've watched it, but I think Nucleon was a substance used in Headmasters or the Rebirth. I can't remember which one, but I'm pretty sure Nucleon came from there somewhere, the name. I don't know if it's what fucking Zarek used to blow up Cybertron and Mars. Because yeah, he blowed up fucking Cybertron and Mars in Headmasters. I mean, those Takara fucking series, they're grim in places. I mean, fucking hell. In Super God Master Force, one of the earlier episodes, a Decepticon Headmaster Jr. kicks a dog and kills it. It's fucking dark. It's supposed to be a kid's cartoon. But yeah, in Headmasters, fucking... yeah, Zarek blew up Cybertron and Mars. It was like, really raised the stakes, because it's like, well, you know, Earth's survival isn't a given here. And yeah, there is a great sense of peril going forward as Zarek's trying to fucking conquer the Earth. But yeah, fucking, I think Nucleon played a part in that somewhere. I can't remember where exactly. But Nucleon, the Titan Master, is... if his arms and legs were purple, and then the Galvatron face and the head and the chest piece was left grey, that would be fine. But it's... and I'm doing Italian now, and he doesn't even deserve Italian. It's not great. It's, like I said, that is fine. I like that. I like the face. Just put it all together, it doesn't work. And that's a real shame about this figure. A real shame. Right, let's get into his articulation. The head. I don't even know. Fucking. Does the mask even turn? The mask can turn a little bit. So, but you've got to like get in there, open up his chest and do it. That's how I do it anyway. It turns a smidge. It turns a little bit. The, oh my god, he looks fucking awful there, doesn't he? The head does a full 360 if you take the mask off. I'm not doing that again. But you lift these up and the arms go all the way around. And it's nice, like double jointed elbows that he has, which is a nice touch. He has the upper bicep swivel and no wrist swivel. He has a waist swivel. If you shift all the kibble and take that thing down at the back, he has a waist swivel. So yeah, got good range of movement. Legs go out, they go forward. He has a thigh swivel underneath those massive thigh pads. Bend at the knee. And some foot articulation up and down. Little bit of left and right as well. You got a bit of a tilt there on the ankle. All in all, he's articulate. And he mostly looked good. Mostly. But where he fails is, especially for this line, the worst place to fail. And that is in the head. And so, yeah, I can't give this a very good review, but I will give out the, I will mention the good points. Because there are a lot of good points. I mean, the bad point, there's not that many bad points. It's just that one bad point is a fucking significant negative on this figure. Anyway, enough ranting about that. I can take the head off now because we're going into his alt modes and we'll see how they compare. Okay, so the cannon looks odd. It doesn't hold together very well at the back because there's like different qualities of plastic used. The feet and the legs don't seem as strong as the torso plastic. It seems thinner. I think I've got it right. It, you know, points for trying. I mean, it looks like a cannon. It's just you've got like massive jet fucking kibble over the top there. You could fit Nucleon in there. But why would he want to? He's right above the fucking cannon. The heat from that would burn his arse. Yeah, it's... Like I say, I appreciate that they tried a cannon. And it does resemble the cannon in a way. It's got like the fucking flat panels at the bottom that he sits on. From the front it looks fine. From the side it starts to look a bit messy. It doesn't look as compact. From the back, doesn't look too bad from the back actually. But yeah, that's Galvatron's cannon mode. Yeah, it's not bad. Like I said, glad they put a cannon in at least, because when was the last time they did that? Universe Galvatron didn't even have the cannon, it was a tank. So yeah, at least they tried to put a cannon in. It's like with this figure they threw everything at the wall just to see what sticks. Oh, Galvatron's a cannon, but we need to make all Voyagers triple changers. Well, we could just like not make Galvatron a triple changer and then we can work on the quality of other areas. Nah, it's all got to be triple changers. Yeah, but the cannon's going to suffer triple changers, but his head's going to suffer triple changers. I don't know. I feel without if they hadn't made him a jet as well, if they'd just gone with a straight up Voyager without adding the jet triple changer element into it, because this I don't think was used on any other figure. I don't think this was remolded or retooled into anything. So it's not like they were like, oh, we've got to have them a triple changer because of this character that we're going to use the mold for. No, this was like a unique one-time mold. And so they could have just done away with the jet part. I mean, again, points for trying. But if they'd done away with the jet part, you wouldn't have this thing, not only on his robot mode, but on his cannon mode as well. And it would look a lot more streamlined, and it would be a more successful figure, I think. Like I said, there's stuff to like about this, but the robot mode, the head, is the issue. Cannon mode, all the jet kibble's the issue. And it doesn't hold together as well, but it's not like he fucking splays like a whore. It's fine. But yeah. Let's have a look at the jet mode, shall we? See if that justifies having the jet mode. Okay, it's a slight confession. I could have actually just gone ahead and just played the fucking game and just carried on with the pretense, but I didn't want to because I am, if nothing else, honest. I fucked up that transformation. I just went online to look for his jet mode. Googled Galvatron jet mode. I just Googled Galvatron actually. Turns out I'd done his cannon wrong. This is his cannon. And yeah, so if you sat through that first portion of my cannon review, those 3.5 minutes where I'm talking shit about it, and you're probably thinking, oh, well, you done it wrong, you dickhead. Yeah, I did it wrong, and I'm a dickhead. I'm sorry for that. But I'm keeping it in just because, you know, I'm not perfect. I'll make mistakes. And yeah, much better. Loads fucking better. The fucking jet kibble's on the underside now, so it's hidden better. If you look at it from there, it still looks like Galvatron's cannon mode. Back, again, it holds together a bit better now, actually, at the back. Because you flip the waist. From the side, looks a lot better. It's a bit erect. It's like the jet kibble kind of becomes an issue if you want him to shoot straight ahead. I mean, it can be done, but yeah, it's fucking boner shootings. I mean, look at that. Yeah, but still, it's a lot better. And sorry, I fucked that up. I got that wrong, didn't I? My bad. That's on me. But yeah, this kind of mode actually looks pretty decent. I like this a lot. And so yeah, I'm giving points back and taking points off myself and retiring from YouTube because I'm fucking useless. No, I'm not. Retired for long enough. But yeah, so that's what happens, you see, when you have a toy that you don't really spend that much time with because it's not a great one. Other ones, Blaster, Optimus Prime and all that lot, I can transform and get that right off the bat because they're ones I spend time with. Galvatron I haven't really spent a lot of time with because he's not that... He's a letdown in places and that kind of affects whether I want to play with him or not. Got him on offer as well, so I'm not going to complain about that. But yeah, obviously Nucleon isn't going to sit in there, otherwise the blood would go to his head and shit. I think the best place to put him would be the cockpit, jet cockpit in this mode. I mean, you could stand him on the back, have him being all like, yeah, fire, but then you fire and bang, and then Nucleon just goes flying. Poor Nucleon. You've done nothing wrong, except not be purple. Anyway, yeah, so actual cannon mode, pretty nice. I do like actual cannon mode. Wrong cannon mode isn't good, but that's why it's wrong cannon mode. Actual cannon mode, quite like it. Anyway, let's now go to his jet mode and hope I get that right the first time. Okay, so if you remember during the wrong cannon portion of the review when I said, let's see if having the jet mode justifies having a jet mode. No. It doesn't. I'm going to put the cannon under there for now. I'm going to take that out actually, because that just makes it look worse. It's not a horrible jet mode. If you look underneath, there's very little. I mean, that's hollow, but you know what you're going to do? You put the gun in there. That makes it less hollow. It's not terrible. I mean, it's definitely got that alien Cybertronian fucking spacecraft type fucking thing going on. Even though it looks like his legs, you can clearly see his legs are just spread. And you know, there's hollow bits and shit. But having said that, it's not bad. I actually quite like the jet mode in a way. Because it... I mean, picture the scene you're trying to make if you play with these toys. And you need Galvatron to lead Cyclonus and Scourge out into battle, and you've got your Combiner War Cyclonus all in his jet mode, and you've got Titan's Return Scourge in his fucking bar of soap mode, space soap. And, you know, usually Galvatron would fly in one of those, wouldn't he? But with this, he doesn't have to. And he would look... He looks like he would fit in with Combiner War Cyclonus, for example. If they were flying off, he would fit in, right in there, leading his troops into battle. So, yeah, there's that. It looks decent. It's got a nice otherworldly look about it. It's quite evocative of classics or Generations Scourge. No, not Scourge, sorry, the Sweeps. Because I've got like the Cyclonus set that had the Cyclonus, the translucent one, you got Scourge and then you got a Sweep. And the Sweep's got that angled look about him. And yeah, so it definitely, it has its place there. I'll give it that. But the compromises and the sacrifices required still detract from the figure. I'm not going to bellyache about the head because I don't think the jet or cannon modes play a factor into the head. That's a head issue. But like I said before, if they eliminated the jet mode, then you'd have got rid of all this kibble on the back and on the wrong cannon. On the right cannon, it would have still helped the right cannon because you've had greater maneuverability with the cannon instead of like, well, I can't go all the way down to the ground. There's a minicon there. I want to shoot him, but I can't get down because there's shit blocking my fucking gun thing. So yeah, there's that. I just feel like the jet mode isn't bad. Like I said, I quite like it. But, and it fits the whole, he would fit right in a space battle with Cyclonus and Scourge leading those and the Sweeps into battle. It fits. But I don't know if it's worth it. I don't know if it justifies having that excessive back kibble on Galvatron, the robot mode. Or I say excessive, it's just that bit, but even so. And the minor hindrances it brings to the cannon mode. I don't think it justifies it. Even though I really like the jet. And the more I think about it, the more I'm thinking, well, yeah. You can fit Nucleon in the cockpit. I'm changing my fuck. I've got to stop changing my mind about shit when I'm doing reviews, haven't I? But yeah, Nucleon fits in the cockpit there. Put that back. Galvatron flying, and then you got Cyclonus and Scourge, and then the Sweeps, and it's like... I should hate this thing. I really should fucking hate it. This should be up there with Dezaras. Combiner Wars Dezaras. In terms of rage and ineptitude and you don't deserve to be here, but like I said, there's things to like about it. The head mode is still bad. Really bad. The cannon mode is decent if you get it right. Jet mode's growing on me. I came into this portion, I transformed it into jet mode, and then I hit record, and I was thinking to myself, this doesn't justify having a jet mode. This doesn't justify Galvatron being a triple changer. Now I'm starting to skew back more towards the middle. Would Galvatron look a lot more tidier and neater without the jet mode? Yes. Would his robot mode look better? Yes. Would his cannon mode look better? Yes. But against all odds, this works. For me anyway. As a guy who does the fucking soap, who tells stories with these figures, it works for me. Will it work for someone who just wants their fucking classics, Henkei Universe Generations stuff, and they want them all to look really good and look like they're animated or fucking comic book counterparts? Maybe not. It's definitely a mixed bag. There are areas that are definitely bad that I will not change my opinion on, head. But then, fucking Canon looks good when you get it right. Jet has its place. Doesn't look that bad. The more you look at it, the more you think, yeah, I'm doing that now. Yeah. It's like, I need to summarise this, wrap it up, and fuck off. Titans Return Galvatron. His robot mode from the neck down is very good, in my opinion. His head is shit. Then again, mine isn't great. No, doesn't work. Appreciate what they were trying to go for, but if they painted up Nucleon a bit better, it might have worked a bit better. And that mask just casts shadow over the face that turns him from mean and angry into selfie. Canon is good. Really good if you get it right. Jet mode is decent. It like I said, it has its place. I found myself realising that over time. It's probably one of the good things about these reviews, and I don't go in with a solid opinion. Like, you see me Optimus Prime review, and then for Combiner Wars, and then you see my review for Betatron, and I'm warming to Optimus Maximus. You see my review for Motormaster, I'm warming to Optimus Prime. You see my top 10 where I swapped out Galvatron and Onslaught. I don't go in with a rigid plan or rigid opinions that are set in stone when I do my reviews. I stay flexible. If something grows on me over time, during that review, I'm not going to be like, oh, well, no, it's still shit, or no, it's still great. No, if my opinion changes during the course of reviewing a toy, then yeah, I will say so. And I guess that's one of the charms about my reviews, I guess, is that you never really know what you're going to get, because I don't really know how I'm going to react to something. I do with a lot of them. Ultra Magnus, I know I'd love that. Blaster, I'd have a blast with that. But, I mean, look at my review of Alpha Bravo. I had very little wrong to say about Alpha Bravo until I got to the Vortex review. And then I had issues with Alpha Bravo. So it's one of those things where my opinions will change, sometimes during the course of the review, other times when I'm reviewing something later on. So, yeah. Galvatron, to summarise, if you're going to get it, well, who stocks it now? But if you were going to go looking for a Galvatron, I'd suggest maybe looking for Takara. If they've done a better job, I'd suggest maybe looking for an upgrade kit or something, because there's a lot to like about the toy, and there's a small issue. Well, there's one issue, but it's a glaring one. It is a fucking massive issue, and that one thing, that one negative, is enough to catch up to and maybe even overtake all the positives. Because it's the key feature of this line, the Headmasters, and they got the head wrong. Not so much Nucleon, but the whole assembly of the head. And yeah, they got Nucleon wrong. They should have painted him It's just... Yeah. It's, so yeah, if you're going to get it, look for one that doesn't have that issue as prevalent. Other than that, I think it's been... I've articulated my opinions, I've changed my opinions. There's stuff to like, there's stuff to dislike. There's less in terms of quantity to dislike than there is to like, but that one thing that there is to dislike is quite a major issue. So I think that's the best way to summarise it. Before I start going on about how I want to marry the fucker. I've been Dezaras Prime. I'll be back with another Titans Return review soon. You shall see me in a bitch.